1.
In a class of
4.6
32
to 1,
students,
so
17
here,
studied music,
this,
20
this
study
is 1 over 10. So this
You
is
should see
the
these
10th
questions
position.
in the future. You'll be
And
able to
then
know
this position is
how
the
to
100th
solve these
position.
questions.
It becomes 2
So let's go.
over 100.
So
2 over
we
100.
have-
So therefore,
we have
our answer here is
2/3.
going to be equal to A. 2 over 100.
2/3 square.
That's question
2/3
10.
square. What that simply means is 2 over 3. Question 11. Multiply. We look at question 11 now. It says x and y are two
So whenever we're
finite
multiplying
sets such that the number in x is
fractions,
equal
we
to
multiply
9,
numerator
number in
times
x
numerator,
intersect y is equal to 4,
denominator
and
times
number in
denominator,
x
so we
union
end up with 4 over
union y
9.
is equal to 15.
Okay, so our answer here
if
is
we
D.
should remember the formula, number in x
Our answer
union
is D.
y
Now,
is equal to the
question,
number
it
in
says
x plus the
4.3
number in y
times
minus
0.37
number
is equal
in
to 4.3
x
times
intersect y.
4.3
So if we look at that formula
times
and then we transpose
0.37
to find the solution. So let's substitute.
is
X
equal to
x is x union y
1.5.
is equal to 15. So we have 15.
Now, what we want to
is equal to
we want to know
number in x
find
is
out what
equal
is
to
0.43
9 plus the number in y, which we don't know, is
times 370. Now, how we go about doing
minus
this? If we look here,
minus
4.3
4
is divided by 10, we get
So,
0.43. And if 0.37
9
is
minus-
multiplied by 1,000,
9 minus
right?
4. Okay, yeah, good.
multiplied by
So we have
1,000,
15
we will get
is
370.
equal to
So therefore,
number in
we cancel 10 into itself goes one time, 10 into 1,000 goes 100
plus
times.
9.
So whatever
minus
the answer
4.
is
9 minus 4
in this
that
top,
is
if we
equal to 5.
multiply
So
by
15.
100, then we would have got that.
Sorry, 15 is equal to number in y minus 5 plus 5 rather. So therefore number in y is equal to 15 minus 5, which is equal to 10. So our answer here is equal to 10. So that's what C is equal to. Number 11 is equal to 10, which is C. Okay. For number 12, we have in the Venn diagram, the shaded region represents X, P and Q. So the shaded region represents P complement. That is all the elements that are on the outside of P. So therefore that is P complement. Okay, in question. So now we're looking at question 13. It says in a class of 32 students, the number in a class of 32 students, 17 study music, 20 study art. What is the least possible number of students who study both? So again, we apply the same concept that we learned earlier. So the number in art, number in M, it becomes 5 plus, so those that are in H only, plus those who do not play either sport. So 5 plus 3 will give us 8. So therefore, our answer here is 8, which is equal to D. So D is our answer here. We can just eliminate that. And basically, it's easy for 5% of any number. We can just eliminate that. And basically, it's easy for 5% of any number of 12,000. So basically what we could simply do is multiply 5 times 12, and that would give us 60. And we would do the same thing for all of this, for all the other numbers, right? So 5% of 10,025, if we subtract that again from the 9,000, from 10,025, we are not going to get 9,500, because first 5% of 10,025 will give us a decimal, and therefore we know that there's no decimal here. So moving on, if we find 5%, 5% of 10,000, we are going to get $500. Again, basically 5 times 1 will give us 5, and 5 times 0 will give us 0, and therefore if we just merely divide this by 100, then we are going to get 500. So let me just do it the correct way. All right, so it's 5 over 100 times 10,000. 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. So we have 5 times 100 will give you 500. Okay, basically that's it. So if I subtract 10,000 minus 500 will give me 9,500. So basically then our answer for that question is B. Right, moving on to question 17. It says that an article bought for $125 was sold for, so we know that the cost price here, the cost price is equal to 125. And we know that the selling price is equal to 175. Okay, so therefore our profit P is going to be equal to the selling price minus so it's 175 minus the cost price of 125, and we are going to get $50. So the profit was $50. But the question is asking for the profit as a percentage of the cost price. So we're going to put 50 over 125 times 100. Okay, all right. So we could say 5 or 2. We could say 25 into 50 goes 2 times. We agree? And 25 into 100 into 125 goes 5 times. And 5 into itself goes 1 time. 5 into 100 goes 20. 2 times 20 will give us 40%. So therefore, the profit as a percentage of the cost price is equal to 40%. Now, in question 18, it says a television set costs $350 when bought on hire purchase, and a deposit of $35 is required, followed by 12 monthly installments of $30. How much is saved by paying for cash? Again, so we have a higher purchase price. It's going to be equal to our deposit, right? Our deposit plus our installments. Okay, so therefore our deposit is $35 plus 12 monthly installments, so it's 12 times 30, so that is equal to 35 plus 12 times 30 that will give us 360, right? So if we add 35 plus 360, that will give us 395. So what this is saying is that if we bought this on hire purchase, it would have been 395. So therefore, if we bought it for cash, it would be 350. So if I subtract the hire purchase, if I subtract the cost price from the hire purchase price, which is 395 minus 350, then our answer is going to be equal to $45. So the person who purchased on higher purchase would pay $45 more than the person who paid for cash. So the answer here is 45. Okay. Moving on, it says a company employs 12 gardeners. So 12 gardeners at $26 per day, at $17 per day. What is the mean daily wage in dollars for the 20 employees? So first we want to know what is the total of the wage of the gardeners. So what are we going to do? 26 multiply 26 times 12. 26 times 12, that will give us 312. Well, let's just verify that. So 2 sixes will give us 12. And 2 twos 4 and 1. Carry 1, right? So 2 twos 4 and 1 will give us 5. Okay, so that's 52. And then put a 0. 1 6 6 1 2 2. So 2 plus 0 give us 2. 6 plus 5 give you 11. So that's 1 carry 1. So we get 312. So we know that for the gardeners, the wage is going to be 312. Now let's look at the wage for the clerks. So we have 17 times 8. So 8 times will give us 56. And 8 ones and carry 5. So 8 ones, 8 and 5, 13. So we get 136. Okay, so 312 plus 136. So we have 8, 4, 3 plus 1 give you 4. So we have 448. So basically, now in order to get this, we are going to divide 448. So we just work on this side, just move over here. So it's 448 divided by the total number, of employees, which is 20. And then 4 into 20, 20 into 448. So 20 into 44 will give us 2 times, right? So 2 times 20 will give us 40. Subtract our remainder is 4 plus only 8. So 20 again into 48 will give us 2 times again. 2 times 20 will give us 40. And we can stop here. Why we can stop here? Because if you look at the options, there's only one answer. There's only one option with $22 in it. So therefore we know that the answer is going to be C. Okay. Looking at the next question, it says an insurance, it refers, item 20 refers to the table below. The house insurance is 25 cents per $100, and contents of insurance is $50, 50 cents per $100. So therefore, how much will a person pay for insurance if his house is valued at $50,000 and its contents at $10,000? One of the first things that we want to do is to find how many $100, is in 50,000, and that is, so if you're not so sure, you divide 50,000 by 100. So we cancel, right? So we cancel here. So we know that's 500. So there are $500 $100 in 50,000. So now we are going to multiply that by 25 cents. So we're going to multiply that by 0.25. So we have 500 times 0.25. Oh gosh. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, this is my new gadget, so I'm getting used to it. So I guess if somebody can help me with it, then I, I will appreciate it. Times 25. Okay. So basically 5 times 25 is going to give us 75. So therefore 0.25. So this is saying okay. So So we're going to be looking at number 20. It says, how much will a person pay for an insurance if is it referring back to item 20, it says item 20 refers to the following table which shows the rates charged by an insurance company. House insurance is 25 cents per $100. Content insurance is 50 cents per $100. How much will a person pay for insurance if his house is valued at 50,000 and its contents at 10,000? So one of the first things we want to do, gentle people, is to find how many $100 is in 50,000. So that we find that by saying 50,000. And I know some of you can look at it and say 500, but let's verify that. Okay, so 100 divide 50,000 divided by 100 will give us 500. Okay, so we know that there are 500 $100 in 50,000. So basically, if the insurance rate is paid at 25 cents per $100, it means that we are going to multiply the 500 by 0. Gosh. 25. All right. So 5 times 5 times 25 will give us 125. We agree? So that's 125. Okay? And you can work that out. But 5 times 125, 5 times 25 will give you 125. We'll multiply by 100. So basically, we're going to get 125. Okay? And we know how many. So again, we want to find how many $100 are in 10,000. And basically, we know that that is going to be equal to 100. Okay, so we know that that's going to be equal to 100. So 50 cents. So now we're going to say 100 multiplied by 0.50, and so we know that that is going to be equal to $50. So therefore for the insurance for the content we pay $50, and for the insurance for the house we pay $125. So if I add this plus this, I am going to get 175. So therefore our answer here is A. Okay, I hope you're understanding the concept. So move along. You move along to number 21. Say if the simple interest on $800 for 3 years is $54, what is the rate of interest per annum? Okay, again, we know that SI is equal to PRT divided by 100, right? So they tell you that the interest is 54, so it's 54 is equal to principal, which is the 800, times the time. We don't know what the rate is, right? Because that's what they're asking us to find. So let's call R times 3. All of that divided by 100. So basically, if we transpose this, so we're going to get 5,054 multiplied by 100, and then 800 times 3 is going to give us 24. So we divide this by 2400. Okay, and that's what R is going to be equal to. So let's go. 0 will cancel 0. 24 into 54 will go 2 times, and remainder 6, right? Yes, so and 24 into itself goes, so we have 6 divided by 24. 6 into 6 1, and 6 into 24 will go 4 times, so we get 2.25. all right, so the interest there is 2.25. Again, we could also use the process of elimination, but I'm working it out as best so that you can fully understand what we are doing. You said, so number 22 say Tom bought a pen for $60 and sold it to gain 20% on the cost price. How much money did he gain? All right, so basically I want to look at this. So we draw, all right, so the percentage, all right, so therefore the profit, the cost price, which is $60, we will assign that 100%, because that's, and then because he sold, we don't know what the cost price, we don't know what the selling price was, we just simply know that he sold it to gain a profit of 20%. So therefore we're going to assign it as 120. Okay, so if we should basically cross multiply, what are we going to get? 6 times, so we know that X is going to be equal to 60 times 20 times 12, 60 times 120 rather. We will get 612 will give us 72, right? So we have 72 divided by 100. So we know that he sold it for $72. But the question asks how much money did he gain? So therefore we're going to say 72 minus 60, and that will give us 12. So the answer for that is 12. Okay, moving on to this question. So all right, so moving on to this question, we 23 says 4 over 5x, 4 over 5x plus 2 divided by 5x. All right, again, so here we have a situation where we have the common denominator is already 5x. So basically, since we have the common denominator being 5x, what we are simply going to do is to add the numerators. So 4 plus 2, so we have 4 plus 2 will give us 6 over 5x. All right. So the answer for that is D. Going down to number 24, says if x is an integer that satisfies the inequality, and this is the inequality here, then basically satisfies the inequality 6 less. So here we have 6 less than 2x less than 8. Okay, so basically what we are going to first do is to divide through by 2. So 2 into 6 will go. Oh, and this is just a less than sign here. So 2, so we have 3 less than x less than or equal to 4. That's 2 into 6 will go 3 times 2 into 2 goes 1, and 2 into 8 goes 4. So basically then what we are saying here is that 4 can be a part of the solution, but 3 cannot be a part of the solution. So when we look here, all right, so basically our answer here is E. So that's the solution. Okay. All right, so let's move on to number 25. It says that if x equal to 4, y equal to, what is the value of x squared plus 3y divided by xy? So again, apply the same concept. We're going to do substitution. So therefore, x is equal to 4. So we have 4 squared plus 3 times 2 divided by 4 times 2. So basically we have 16 plus 6 divided by 8. So here we have 22 divided by 8. So 8 into 22 will go 2 times, and remainder 6 over 8. 6 over 8 can be further broken down into 2 into 6 will go 3 times, and 2 into 8 will go 4 times. So our answer here is 2 and 3/4. So our answer in this one is equal to 2 and 3/4, which is D. Going on to 26, is the expression negative 2x open bracket negative 2 open bracket x minus 4 is the same as, so we're gonna using the distributive law, we're gonna take negative 2 times x will give you negative 2x, and then a negative 2 times a negative 4 will give us positive 8. So our answer here is B. Okay. All right. So just please remember now a negative sign outside of the bracket. A negative sign outside of the bracket changes the sign inside to the opposite sign. All right. Moving on. It says if m asterisk n is equal to that. So here we are talking about binary operations. Okay. So basically m is equal to 5 and n is equal to 3. So basically wherever we see m, we are going to substitute it with 5, and where we see n, we are going to substitute it with 3. So we have 5 squared minus 3 squared. So 5 squared is 25 minus 9. So square root of 25 minus 9. And again, we see Pythagoras theorem coming out here because 25 minus 9 will give us 16. Square root of 16 will give us 4. So the answer for this one is 4. Okay. Moving on to question 28. It says, James saves X dollars each month, but in March he saved $5 less than twice his usual amount in March. In March, James saved, so basically, James saves X dollars each month, okay? In March, he saved $5 less than twice his usual amount. So therefore, twice his usual amount will be 2x, and he saved $5 less. So we're going to subtract that. So basically, our answer here is D. Yeah, so moving on to number, and I hope you can forgive me for not moving as fast as I would like, because the thing is, I just got this new gadget and I'm just working with it. All right, have if 3 open bracket x minus 1 minus 2 open bracket x minus 1 is equal to 7, then the value of x minus 1 is equal to, okay, wow, how basically there are 2 ways we could do this. We could expand the bracket, but all of this x minus, they want to know what the value of all of x minus 1. So we could implement a new we could implement a new implement a new variable. So let us call this m. Okay, so therefore x minus 1 is equal to, say, m. So what we have, 3m minus 2m is equal to 7. So 3m minus 2m is equal to m. So m is equal to 7. So therefore, if m is equal to 7, x minus 1 is equal to 7, since x minus 1 is equal to m. So that's one way of doing it. Or we can do the laborious way by expanding the bracket and then finding out what x minus 1 is equal to. Alright, but m is equal to 7. So the answer for this one is B. Alright. So we have 8 squared, 8a squared in this one. Now remember, from the laws of indices, once we have the bracket here, everything inside the bracket is squared. So we're going to have 8 squared is going to be equal to 64, and a squared is going to be equal to a squared. So 64a squared, so our answer here is D.
Okay, 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 okay. What is it? What are you saying? Like doing a master's, so what is it? 40 to- 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 40 to-
This one. Just talking. We can talk of something.
Me just curious to know what's the difference.
Regular scope. In the beard. I see sometimes the scope and wash out and the beard properly.